So we're back here for the boys freshman state meet. This is the 4x800 relay. As you can see, we just have one team, Bishop Hendricken. So they'll be our winners once they complete this race. But right now, the 4x800 relay is on the track of the boys freshman state meet. So again, we have our 4x800 relay on the track. Just one team, Bishop Hendricken. Coming up, we will have the 4x200 relay. And again, we're here at the PCTA Fieldhouse for the boys freshman state meet. We just finished with the girls freshman state meet. And we've been here all weekend, starting with the last chance qualifier on Friday in the JV state championships yesterday. And all season long, we've been doing our live feeds. We don't have the rights to the class championships or the state meet next week, but we've been able to do our live feeds, our free live feeds throughout the season. And again, one way to support us in being able to provide these free live feeds is we do sell Ocean State running gear as well as meet specific gear out front here at the PCTA. We got hoodies, long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, athletic pants, winter hats, pretty much everything. So Bishop Hendricken concluding here in the 4x800 relay, the only team in this race. Coming up next, we will have the 4x200 relay. Just one heat, Cranston West, Barrington, LaSalle, Tollgate, and Bishop Hendricken. So on the track, the only heat of the 4x200 meter relay, Cranston West, Barrington, LaSalle, Tollgate, and Bishop Hendricken in this heat. Bishop Hendricken and Tollgate, or Tollgate and Bishop Hendricken holding our top seeds in this. 142.50 for Tollgate, 143 flat for Bishop Hendricken. They're in lane number 5 and number 6. So the 4x200 relay, just one heat. Hendricken holding the lead at the exchange. And Tollgate taking the lead at the cutoff point. So our top two seeds, Tollgate and Hendricken, out there in front. About 50 seconds at the midway point. So Tollgate looking strong, increasing their cushion here on the backstretch. But Hendricken gaining a little ground here as we approach our final leg of this race. So Tollgate and Hendricken right from the beginning. Our top two seeds out there in front. Barrington right there in third. And Cranston West. Tollgate winning this race 143.74. Hendricken at 146.47. And Barrington 150.95. Okay, on the track now is the 3,000 meter run. We just have one heat. Jason Padula of Smithfield, 932.04. Jeremy Rowe of Pontigansett, 958.01. Sam Zabo of Bishop Hendricken. Jeremiah Rocha of Cumberland. Nolan Rogozowski of Cumberland. Jay Green of Bishop Hendricken. Elliot LaFleur of Barrington. And Ethan Baker of Barrington. Padula, as I said just earlier, 932.04. for a C time. So Jason was leading the Class C meet last week and rolled his ankle on the inside bar, but he's back. And word is his ankle is a lot better, and there he is right there in front right now. But the talented freshman from Smithfield, 9:32.04 C time, a very fast time.
For starters, there's going to be no hurdles trial, so we're just going to go with the place to the finals. The other thing is that we need to close up the facility today. We're going to keep all the equipment out all weekend, but tonight we're going to have to put away the high jump pit, the long jump pit, and the railing all the way around. So when we finish the high jump and the long jump, we will be asking for help, and it doesn't have to be only coaches. It could be a lot of the stud athletes you have brought with you today to clear those up. But at the end of the meet, we do need to put the railing away in the closet, so please don't avoid that work. My arms cannot take putting away 200 of those things.
So that's Padula out front. 2:30 after 800 meters for Jason Padula. And that's Pontigan's Jeremy Rowe right there in second.
Okay, we still have a lot of Dash people who have not checked in. If you were in the Dash, you need to slip by the table to check in for the Dash. That is the next event going on. We're still missing about half the athletes, so please check in.
So Jason Padula, our leader from the start, going to work here. Jason will be running the state meet next week, the varsity state meet. And like I said, last week in the class championships, Jason was leading the 3K in the Class C meet and rolled his ankle on the inside rail. So Jason looking very comfortable. He'll be about 450 at the 1,500 meter mark. So going around a 940 pace. So Jason Padula with about a 50-60 meter lead on row of Ponagansett. He came in with a 9:32 C time, and like I said earlier, 4:50 after 1500, so about 9:40. Jason is also scheduled to run the 1,000 later in the meet. He's the #1 seed there too. So Jason Padula, the leader from the start, coming down the final straightaway. 9:48.91 for Jason. $9:56.97 for Jeremy Rowe of Ponagansett. So Padula 948.91, Rowe at 956.97, Nolan Rogalski of Cumberland 1031.03, Jeremy Rocha 1031.29, Sam Zabo of Hendricken 1041.96, Elliot Lafort of Barrington 1045.12, Jake Green of Hendricken 1114.40, and this is Ethan Baker 1152.66. So a very solid race for Jason Padula of Smithfield. Okay, next on the track is the 55-meter hurdles. We just have one heat of that. Aiden O'Neill of North Smithfield, Logan Slezak of Bishop Hendricken, Jack McEntee of Poneganta, Ethan Knight of Barrington, Cameron Kelly of Barrington, and Thomas Powers of North Smithfield. Okay, because there's only one heat of the 55-meter dash, they are going to do that as a final. So on the track will be the 55-meter dash prelims. And we have one of four heats. Eamon Bickford of Barrington, Kevin Chen of Bishop Hendricken, Jamie Luna of Tollgate, Kujan Pompey of Hope, Zach Kenazet of Coventry, and Dylan Littman-Vach of LaSalle Academy. So the first heat of the 55-meter dash, that was Jamie Luma, 7.05. Kiwan Pompey of Hope, 7.18. Eamon Bickford of Barrington, 7.96. All three going under 8 seconds. As you can see, Kevin Chen of Hendricken, 8.10. And Dylan Littman-Vach, 8.30. Okay, next on the track is heat number 2 of the 55-meter dash. Thomas Powers of North Smithfield, Preston Tarlew of Hope, Noah Isbill of Smithfield, Diego Tejeda of Hendricken, Ben O'Sullivan of Classical, Camden Milne of LaSalle Academy, and Aiden O'Neill of North Smithfield. And lane number 4, Tejada of Hendricken has our top seed in this race, 7.17. So he's our top seed in heat number 2. And as you can see, there is the high jump. We have a camera right there, our camera right over there on the high jump. And a separate camera on the shot and weight, as well as a camera on the long jump. We have separate live streams for those events. So a separate live stream for the long jump and a separate live stream for the shot and weight. So the field events are on our Bay State Running YouTube page. And in an article on Ocean State Running, you can get those feeds. That was Noah Isbell of Smithfield, 7.40. Preston Tarlow, 7.72. Ben O'Sullivan, 7.76. Okay, next on the track is heat number 3. Jose Maribel of Cranston West, Sean Cispiga of Coventry, Robbie Wade of Westerly, Nathan Rivera of Hendricken, and Anthony DiOrio of Barrington. And our heat number 3 coming down the track. And Nathan winning that, 7.20. Wade coming in second, 7.39. And DiOrio, 7.67. So now on the track is the last of 4 heats in the 55 Dash Prelims. Anthony Jake, St. Rainfield Academy, Alex Jeffers of Barrington, Sanel Quizada of Bishop Hendricken, Peyton Simus of LaSalle, Mason Tanner of Tollgate, and Nick Milanis Milligan of Classical. And Tanner, our winner, 7.32. Simus, 7.35. And Jafars, 7.70 for our top 3 finishers in that heat. Okay, now on the track is the first of two heats in the 1500. Parker Churnside of Exeter West Greenwich, Timothy Lynch of East Greenwich, Logan Johnson of Cranston West, Logan Cody of LaSalle Academy, Dean Gangi of East Greenwich, Evan Katsinas of Barrington, Cody Rohrbach of North Kingstown, Theo Falk of Cranston West, Dennis Liu of LaSalle Academy, Kieran Smith of Bishop Hendricken, and Jack Hamilton of Bishop Hendricken, all scheduled to run this race. It does look like we might have some scratches in this race. 11 are scheduled to be running, and it looks like we have 9 on the line. So Parker in lane number 1, our top seed 538.64. So the 1500 about to get underway, 7.5 laps around this track. And that's Timothy Lynch of East Greenwich, taking a sizable lead here early in the race. "36 seconds after the first 200 meters for Timothy Lynch of East Greenwich. So 2:01 after 600 meters for Lynch. He came in with a 5:43.48 seed time. And as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, we have the high jump. We also have a separate stream for the shot and the weight. It's now been moved over to the weight. And our long jump stream is finished. They are already finished with the long jump. So Lynch, our leader. From the beginning.
The following athletes have made the finals of the Dash, and you can pick your numbers up at the starting line during the second heat of the 15. Noah Isbell of Smithfield, Peyton Simons of LaSalle, Nathan Rivas of Bishop Hendricken, Jamie Luna, Tollgate, Kiwan Pompey of Hope, Mason Tanner of Tollgate, Robbie Wade, Westerly, Anthony Fiorio of Barrington. Those Dash finalists can pick up your numbers during the second heat of the 1500 at the starting line. Coaches, we will need help with the hurdles out.
So again, this is our final live stream of the weekend, our free live stream. And again, how we support these free live streams is by selling our gear out front here at the PCTA. That helps support us. We have had some requests for additional gear, Ocean State running gear, as well as freshman and junior varsity state meet apparel. If you're still interested, please send me an email at esmazone5@gmail.com, and we'll be able to forward some information how you can attain it online. So again, if you want any of that apparel, the freshman or junior varsity state meet apparel or Ocean State running apparel, we will have that stuff available online. But just send me an email at esmazone5@gmail.com. And again, this helps support these free live streams that we're able to give you, that we were able to give you throughout the winter. So Timothy Lynch, our winner, 532.60, 543.62 for Parker Churnside, and Kieran Smith, 604.10. That was our third place finisher in this race. Dean Ganji of East Greenwich, 609.82. That was fourth. And Theo Falk was fifth. And next on the track is the seated section of the 1500. Sam Zabo of Bishop Hendricken, Jacob Jolly of North Kingstown, Thomas Flanders of Pilgrim, Owen Klein of Pontigansett, Gabriel McInnes of Bishop Hendricken, TJ Bleckman of South Kingstown, Camden Kelly of Westerly, Jordan Lopes of Pilgrim, Henry Pendercrast of Cranston West, Joe Richards of South Kingstown, and Samuel Barber of Barrington. Zambo in lane 1, owning our top seed, 440.0. Jolly in lane 2, 445.0. There are only competitors under 450 based on seed times. 7.5 laps around this track. The seeded section of the 1500 is now underway. And that's Thomas Flanders out there in front with Zabo right there. Looked like about 37 seconds after 200 meters. So Flanders and Zabo leading the pack. Still a lot of guys up there. 9 guys all bunched together within a few seconds of each other. But Flanders with Zabo right on his shoulder. And I believe that's Jacob Jolly also up front from North Kingstown. Just under 2 minutes after 600 meters. And Flanders still holding that lead, and Zabo running there on the second lane or just outside the first lane. And Jacob Jolly also in the mix. He's in second, Zabo's in third. Flanders leading the race. Zabo also competed in our 3,000. So Jolly moving to the front. Actually, Flanders holding him off. So we have Flanders, Jolly, and Zabo still in this race, but 3 more runners right behind. And Zabo making a move now. And Flanders not letting him get by. So both Flanders and Zabo starting to put some distance on the field. 300 meters remaining. And again, Flanders and Zabo. And Jolly right there in third. And fourth, TJ Blackman of South Kingstown. So with 1 lap remaining, Flanders picking up some steam here on the backstretch. Zabo, Jolly, and Blackman. So Flanders, our leader for much of this race, winning. Zabo coming on strong in the final few meters. 455.82 for Flanders. Zabo at 456.18. 458.13 for Blackman, and Jolly at 502.31. Gabriel McInnes, 505.57. Camden Kelly, 506.08. And there's the rest of our finishers as they cross the line. So Flanders winning this race at 455.82. Pretty much had the lead from almost the beginning. So strong race from Thomas Flanders of Pilgrim in Zabo. Again, coming in second, 456.18. So they're starting to put the hurdles up on the track. So we have the one and only heat of the 55-meter hurdles. Aiden O'Neill of North Smithfield, Logan Slezak of Hendricken, Jack McEntee of Ponteganza, Ethan Knight of Barrington, Cameron Kelly of Barrington, and Thomas Powers of North Smithfield. So don't forget, next week, our state championship meet, the varsity state championship, on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. the boys and 1:30 the girls. Unfortunately, we will not be streaming that meet because we do not have the rights for that meet, as well as the class championships from last week. But we will be there, providing complete coverage with photos, video interviews, articles, and this week we will be writing some preview articles leading up to the big race, to the big meet. Should be a very good state meet next week. But again, the meet will be held on Saturday of next week, 9:30 a.m. for the boys and 1:30 p.m. for the girls. And here is our one and only heat of the 55-meter hurdles. And that's Jack McEntee, 10.26. Ethan Knight, 10.48. And Logan Slezak, 10.79. So next on the track is the 55 finals. Noah Isbell of Smithfield, Peyton Simus of LaSalle, Nathan Riva of Bishop Hendricken, Jamie Luna of Tollgate, Kiwan Pompey of Hope High School, Mason Tanner of Tollgate, Robbie Wade of Westerly, and Anthony DiOrio of Barrington. And a great view of our competitors here in the 55 finals. And a very close race. Riva of Hendricken, 7.05. Luna of Tollgate, 7.14. Pompey, 7.20 for third. Simus coming in at fourth at 7.30. Wade at 7.41. Isbell, 7.54. Tanner, 7.55. And DiOrio, 7.69. Next on the track is the 600. We have two heats of that. And right here, as you can see, we have the high jump. Not sure what the bar is set at. Okay, again, the first heat of the 600 will be on the track shortly. Jeremiah Rocha of Cumberland, Phineas Starbuck of Barrington, Andon Fry of Exeter West Greenwich, Evan Katsinas of Barrington, Anthony Mosca of Mount Pleasant, and Jack Boisvert of North Smithfield, scheduled to run in the first heat of the 600. So Fry, Mosca, and Boisvert in this heat. We do have scratches from Rocha, Starbuck, and Katsinas. So just three runners here in the first heat of the 600. We have just two heats. Fry holding our top time in this heat of 152.79. That's his seed time going into this race. we are off. The first of 2 heats of the 600. About 35 seconds after the first 200. And that's Andon Fry out there in the lead. Correction, that's Jack Boisvert out in the lead. Andon Fry in second. About 74 seconds at the gun lap. 74 seconds unofficially. And Boisvert out there in front. From Mount Pleasant's Anthony Mosca moving up. And taking over the lead with less than 100 meters remaining. So a bold move by Anthony Mosca with about 90 meters to go to win this heat. So Mosca running 151.68, Boisvert at 152.54, and Fry 152.71. Mosca came in with a 154.81 seed time, so improving on that by 3 seconds with the win here in heat number 1. Heat number 2 of 2 on the track right now. Luke Letizia of North Smithfield, Brody Shields of South Kingstown, Michael Healy of Classical, TJ Bleckman of South Kingstown, John Gingerella of Westerly, Joe DeFalco of Portsmouth, Jeremy Rowe of Pontegansett, and Noah Danucci of Charahoe. Letizia with our top seed overall, 136.77. Shields also under 140, 138.88 seed time. So the seeded heat of the 600 now on the track. That's 3 laps around this track. Coming up, we will have 5 heats of the 300, followed by 2 heats of the 1,000 and the 4x400. 3 teams in just 1 heat of the 4x400. And again, we have had requests for the gear that we've been selling here at the meets, the Ocean State running gear, as well as the junior varsity and freshman state meet gear. We will be making it available online for those of you who haven't been able to get it. And just send an email to me here at smazzone5@gmail.com. So smazzone, MAZZONE 5@gmail.com. And that's Luke Letizia and Michael Healy right there in front early in this race. And South Kingstown's Brody Shields. They're our top 3 seeds. Moving into 4th is Westerly's John Gingerella. So 400 meters, about 66 seconds on the clock. And again, that's Letizia out there in front. But it's not in the bag quite yet. We have some strong competitors right behind him. So Letizia putting on a sprint down the final straightaway to hold off his competitors. And he will win this race. 139.24. Jay DeFalco, 139.47. And Brody Shields also under 140, 139.58. TJ Blackman, 141, 143.12 from John Gingerella. Healy at 144.49. Rowe at 145.74. Danucci at 146.87 and 152.75 for Starbuck. Okay, now on the track is the 300. We have 5 heats of the 300. Sean Sespiga of Coventry, Preston Tarlew of Hope High, and Cameron Kelly of Barrington. Tarlew holding the fastest time in this heat, 49.38. That's his seed time going into this race. So again, 5 heats of the 300. After the 300, we will have the 1,000. We have 2 heats in that race and conclude with the 4x400 relay. And don't forget the state meet next week, the varsity state meet, Saturday, February 27th, 9:30 the boys, 1:30 the girls. So due to COVID restrictions, they are splitting this meet up to have less people inside the facility. So the boys will get things started at 9:30, followed by the girls at 1:30. And it's going to be a very good meet next week. Throughout the week, we will have previews on the meet, highlighting the top individuals in each race and the top teams. But again, we will not be doing the live feed. We do not have the rights to that meet. But we will be on site providing complete coverage the best way we can with loads of interviews, photos, and articles about the meet. So LaSalle are defending state champions in both races, the girls and the boys, and both expected to be among the favorites next weekend. And here we have our first heat of the 300. And that's Hope's Preston Tarlew, our top seed in this heat, out there in front. So Tarlew winning this race fairly easily. Running 45.95. More than 3 seconds faster than his seed going into this race. So next on the track will be section 2 of 5. Noah Isbell of Smithfield, Eamon Bickford of Barrington, Dylan Lamanovich of LaSalle Academy, and Alex Jaffers of Barrington. So section 2 is now racing on the track. And Barrington's Alex Jeffers, I believe, out there in front. So Alex running 43.02, Bickford at 45.71, Litmanovich of LaSalle 47.20, and Isbell did not run this race. He scratched earlier. Okay, next on the track is section 3 of 5. Kiwan Pompey of Hope, Kenneth Jakes of St. Raphael Academy, Zanil Zuquizada of Bishop Hendricken, Jack McEntee of Pontegansett, and Camden Milne of LaSalle Academy. McEntee and Milne, who are in lane 5 and 6, 45.79, 45.80. They hold our top 2 seed times, but Jake's right there at 46, so this could be a very close race. And that's Jakes out there in front. Actually, Pompey out there in front. Pompey from Hope. And really pouring it on the final straightaway. 43.90 for Kiwan Pompey. McEntee at 46.96, Milne 47.54, and Quezada at 48.84. And as you can see, Jakes scratched from this race earlier. Okay, next on the track is the fourth section of the 300. Ethan Knight, Nick Milanis Milligan of Classical, Zake Kinazet of Coventry, Travis Chartier of St. Raphael Academy, and Anthony DiOrio of Barrington, and Knight from Barrington as well. And that is Barrington right out there in front. That is Ethan Knight. Chartier has scratched. Actually, that's DiOrio. Travis Chartier of St. Raphael scratched. So DiOrio winning the race, 43.15. Kenazet of Coventry, 43.78. And Ethan Knight, 44.20. And Nick Milanis Milligan, 45.96. And the final heat of the 300 is now on the track. Nick Lamoureux of North Smithfield, Nathan Rava of Bishop Hendricken, Robbie Wade of Westerly, Peyton Seamus of LaSalle Academy, and Ben O'Sullivan of Classical. And our final heat is now underway. So at the cutoff point, that's Peyton Seamus of LaSalle Academy. Nathan Rava moving into the lead. Very strong race by these three competitors as we get to the finish. So Rava 40.95, Wade from Westerly 41 flat, and Seamus from LaSalle Academy 41.63. And here's the rest of our finishers: O'Sullivan 43.11, Lamoureux at 47.46. And now on the track is the first of two heats of the 1,000-meter run. Phineas Starbuck of Barrington, Owen Boisvert of North Smithfield, Owen Klein of Pontigansett, Timothy Lynch of East Greenwich, Jordan Lopes of Pilgrim, Nate Ferret of Bishop Hendricken, Samuel Barber of Barrington, and Dean Ganji of East Greenwich. Starbuck and Boisvert our top two seeds at 325 and 325.96 respectively, but Klein right there too at 326.14. Those are their seed times going into this race. So on the track is the first of two heats of the 1,000. The meet will conclude with the 4x400, which will follow this event. And then 6 more days we'll be back here covering the Rhode Island State meet. Again, we will not be doing the live feed. We do not have the rights for that race or that meet, as we didn't have it for the Clash Championships last week. But we will be providing complete coverage with video interviews, photos, and plenty of articles, including preview articles throughout the week. For the track and field fanatic, it's Christmas time now for the indoor season. That's Timothy Lynch of East Greenwich right out there in front. He's followed by Owen Klein of Pontigansett. But a bunch of 5 runners right now early in this race. That's Klein overtaking the lead now. So about 76 seconds after 400 meters in the first of two heats of the 1,000-meter run. So Klein taking a big lead here in our first heat of the 1,000. He's approaching the gun lap right now. And about 2:39, 2:40 on the clock after 800 meters. So one more lap remaining, about a 50-meter lead for Klein. So Owen Klein, our winner. 3:21.10 for Owen. $3:29.62 for Boisvert for second. And Lynch finishing third at 3:36.28. Lopes at 3:40.15. Starbuck at 3:42.70. And the remaining finishers right there on your screen. So one more heat here of the 1,000, the seated section. In lane number 1, Jason Padula, Nolan Rogalski of Cumberland, James Ballou of Bishop Hendricken, Elliot Lafort of Barrington, Thomas Flanders of Pilgrim, Jake Green of Bishop Hendricken, Camden Kelly of Westerly, Wyatt Letizia of North Smithfield, and Michael Healy of Classical. So Padula, our 3K champion, back on the track again here in the 1,000. He has a seed time of 2:48.16. That's nearly 12 seconds faster than the next fastest runner. So you got to figure that Padula is going to go to work early in this race too, just like he did in the 3,000. And he'll be tough to beat. So Jason Padula here in lane number 1 of Smithfield goes to work like we thought right from the beginning. And that's Hendricken's James Ballou right there in second. But Padula looking very strong and relaxed as he continues to build on his lead early in this race. So Padula about 67 seconds after 400 meters. So right around his seed time, he's going right around the pace of his seed time, which is 2:48, with no one pushing him. So Padula at 600 meters around 1:43. Just like he did in the 3,000, Jake Padula all by himself. He's built nearly a third of a lap lead as he approaches the gun lap. Looked like about 218, 219 at the 800 mark. And he is going to coast to the win here. His second victory of the day. Our 3K winner and now our 1K winner, or soon to be 1K winner, Jason Padula of Smithfield High. So Jason running 252.70 all by himself. And that's James Ballou at 307.05 for second. Thomas Flanders, 310.51 for third. Letizia at 310.54. LaForte, 315.45 for fifth. And Kelly, 318.69. Green at 321.03 for seventh. Rogalski and Healy scratch from this race. So Padula, a double winner here at the freshman state meet. After winning the 3,000, coming back and winning the 1,000, 252.70, nearly 15 seconds faster than his runner-up finisher. And finally on the track, the 4x400 relay, Cranston West, Bishop Hendricken, and Tollgate scheduled for this race. Bishop Hendricken 4 minutes and Tollgate 4:01 for seed times. Cranston West coming in with a 5-minute seed time. So based on the seed times, this should be a close race between Hendricken and Tollgate. And my guess is they'll be looking to break that 4-minute barrier here in the final event, the 4x400. And our 4x400 is now underway, the final event here at the PCTA Fieldhouse for the Freshman State Championships. Cranston West, Bishop Hendricken, and Tollgate. And again, just a reminder, if you're still interested in getting any Ocean State running gear or freshman or JV state championship gear, we will be putting it online shortly, but just reach out to me here at smazone5@gmail.com for your request, and we will give you information concerning that, because we have had some requests for additional gear. And I'm not being biased, but I think it's pretty nice gear too. So be the envy of everyone with this gear. So Tollgate out there in front, Bishop Hendricken in second, and Cranston West right there in third. So Tollgate holding about a 2-second lead on Hendricken. There are top two seeds. So at the midway point, about 2:04. Tollgate in the lead, continues to lead this race. Hendricken right there in second. So Tollgate and Hendricken. And Hendricken has gained some ground on Tollgate. We could have a very exciting race as we come to our last legs in this race. A very close race between Tollgate and Hendricken. So at the gun, Tollgate and Hendricken battling it out for the victory here. Tollgate still holding the lead, but just slightly here on the backstretch. So Tollgate pouring it on in the final 35 meters of this race to hold on to the victory. 4:11.72 for Tollgate, 4:12.86 for Hendricken. And Cranston West soon to finish. So Cranston West finishing this 4x400, 449.74. So this concludes our coverage this weekend. Again, we will be back next week at the state meet, but we will not be providing the live stream. We don't have rights for that meet, as we didn't have it for the class meet as well, but we will be providing complete coverage with video interviews, photos, and plenty of articles, including previews throughout the week. So we will see you next week, just not doing our live stream, unfortunately.